Hey guys, in this lesson we're going to go through how to set up a custom user model with extra fields and similar. When building Django applications, one of the most important architectural decisions you must make early is whether to use Django's default user model or replace it with a custom user model. For small projects, the default user model works fine, but for anything serious or long-term, a custom user model gives you full control. You can replace the username with email, add extra fields, store UUIDs instead of integers, and define the behavior exactly how you want. In this lesson, we are going to create a clean and production-ready custom user model using Django Abstract Base User and Permissions Mixin, with UUID as the primary key. So why should we use a custom user model? Using a custom user model gives you full control over the fields and the behavior, email-based login instead of username, UUID primary keys for better security and system design, flexibility to add fields without creating profile models, smoother scaling and better long-term maintainability. Important, you must set up the custom user model before your first migration. Changing it later is painful. Step 1. Create an app for the user management. So I want to create a separate Django app specifically for the authentication logic. So I have a fresh Django 6 project here with nothing in it. So I'm going to create a new app for the user account. So Python manage.py start app user account. And inside the user account /models.py, we are soon going to create our custom user model. Step 2 is then to go to the editor and find the project there. I have it here. You can find the user account, and then inside the models I'm going to begin by creating a manager for handling the creations of users and super users. So we can begin by creating a new class called user manager. Base user manager is what we're going to pass in here. So this needs to be imported and it comes from Django. So at the top of the file we can say from django.contrib.auth.models import base user manager. And this is what the user model uses by default, but we need to do some changes because we are not going to use the username field, for example. And then in here we're going to override the default function which is called create user. So we just say def create underscore user. Pass in the self parameter, email, password, and set this default to none, and then any extra fields that should be sent in or passed in. Here I first want to check if the user has passed in an email. So if not email, then we raise a value error. And this can say users must have an email address. So this will then give a validation error when you try to use this field later if you are not passing in the email. And then we can say email equals self.normalize email, pass in the email from up here, and this will then make sure that this is actually a valid email address. Below here we can say user equals self.model email equals email and extra fields. So then we just say that the email address here should be the email, and then we pass in this, which will be the password and other fields. Then we can say user.set password, pass in password here so that the password for the user has been set. And then we can store this in the database by saying user.save using equals self._db return user, and then the user we created will be returned so we can use it when we call this method. And then we need one similar for creating the super user. So def create super user. Here we pass in the same fields as up here, so let me just copy these and paste it there. And then we can say extra fields dot set default is staff true, because the super user should be the staff, and also extra fields dot set default is superuser true. So the isStef is the user that has the possibility to log into the Django admin interface, and this superuser has a possibility to do everything. And then we can just say return self.create user, so then we call this function up here, pass in the email, pass in the password, and also the extra fields which we have defined here. So this gives us a clean user creation and ensures that the superusers get the correct permissions. Step 3 will be to create the custom user model with UUID as the primary key. So below here we can say class user, capital U, and in here we pass in abstract base user and also permissions mixin. This will also need to be imported from Django, so we can import them together with this one. Here we can just say abstract base user and permissions mixin. The first field that we want to add to the user is the ID. So we say ID equals models.uuid field and set that the primary key equals true. So that means that this field is now the primary key, or the PK. The default value here should be uuid.uuid4. So we're going to get an error now if you try to run this. So we need to import uuid from Python. Here just say import uuid. This is built into Python. And set editable equals false, because we will not make it possible for users to add this in the admin interface, for example. Then we want one field for the email. So email equals models.email field. So we get a validation on this. Unique equals true, so we can't have more than one user with the same email address. We can have one field for the full name of the user, so we don't have one for the first name and one for the last name. We just have one for the full name. Models.char field max length equals 255 and blank equals true. As it is a char field, we only want the blank equals true to make this optional. We do not want null as well. And then isActive equals models.boolean field, and then we can set the default to be true so that the user is activated when we create this automatically. isStef equals models.boolean field default equals false, because this should only be true when we actually create a superuser, as you can see up here. When we create a isStef. And then I want one field for created at, so that we know when this user was created. So models.datetime field auto now add equals true, so we don't have to worry about this either. We want to use this as the default manager for this class, so we can just say objects equals user manager. So every time we create, we use, for example, user.objects.all, we are going to use this manager to get all of the users from the database. We also need to set which username field we are going to use, which will be email, which will refer to this one, and which fields to be required. Required underscore fields plural equals, and then just an empty list. And when this is empty, we only are going to require email and the password, so we don't have to add anything more here. Last thing in this model is to set the string representation, so def __ str self, and just return self.email. So it's very easy to separate the users from each other in the admin interface and similar. So this is a very clean structure for a user model, And now it's easy to expand later if you want to add profile pictures, user settings, preferences, etc. Before we run the migrations, we just need to tell Django that this is the app we are going to use for the users. So if you go into settings.py, we can begin by adding user account as one of the installed apps. And up here we can say auth user model equals user account dot user. So user account here is this app. User is the model inside models.py. Step 5 now will be to create and run the migrations. So we can go to the terminal and say Python manage.py make migrations. And there were no errors there. Perfect. We are just going to create a new model called user. Python manage.py migrate. And it looks like everything went okay. We now have the DB SQLite 3 file there. Step 6 will then be to create a super user so we can log into the admin interface. So Python manage.py create super user. Then we need to fill in the email address, code with stein@gmail.com, and then a password. Like that, super user created successfully. So we can run this one. We can run the server now. So Python manage.py run server. Go to the browser, open up a new tab, and log in. So now I can log in with the user I just created. Okay, so you will now notice that the users does not appear here. We need to register our user model in the admin.py file inside this user account here. So let's just go here and begin by importing the model. So from .models import user. And I want to do some changes to the fields that we're going to use, but we first need to import the user admin, the default one. So below here we can say from django.contrib.auth.admin import user admin. Then we can create a new custom class here, class custom user admin, and we pass in the user admin because this is the one we want to use here. So we need to specify which model we are going to use, which is of course the user we just imported up here. And then we can say admin.site.register, pass in the user model and also custom user admin. So we can save now, go back and refresh. There is something wrong. The ordering refers to username. Okay, I forgot to add a few fields in here. Here I need to say ordering equals, create a tuple, email, and then add the comma there and save. Maybe we need some extra things. Yes. You can see here, we still need to add the list display. So go back here and say list underscore display equals, create one more tuple, email, and we can show the full name if this has been added, if the user is staff, and when this was created. So created it, and remember the comma at the end. And we can also add the search fields so that we can decide which fields we are going to be able to search in, email and also full name. Maybe it's enough now. Refresh, and now the user account appears here and the users. Perfect. And the super user I just created. So I get a field error here now because this unknown field username was specified for the user. So I need to specify which fields should be able to be viewed when I go in here. So to do that, we add one more here. Field sets equals, create a tuple and a tuple in here, and then we just say none. And which fields we want to show. So fields, and then we create a tuple here, and we want to show the email and the password at least. Let's try to save this now and see if it works. No. And then at the end there we add a comma. And then you can see here that the user information is appearing. You can see the email, you can see the password, and you can reset the password if you want that. You should now see the name or the full name as well. So after the comma here, we can say personal info. And to show the name and the rest of the fields, we can go here at the end, add a new tuple, say personal info, comma, and then fields. This is the title, by the way, but for the fields here, we can say this, and then full underscore name, add the comma there, close this, and close this. Add the comma there, and refresh. Now we see the full name. Maybe you should also see some permissions like the is active, is staff, is super users, etc. So at the end here, we create one more tuple called permissions, comma, fields, colon, create a new tuple, is active, is staff, and is super user. And once more at the end, we add a comma there to save this, refresh. Now we see these three fields, perfect. And we can just add some information at the end to show when the user last logged in. So let's create one more tuple, and we can call this, for example, important dates, comma, and then add this dictionary of fields, colon, and the fields we want to show here should be last login. Like that. Maybe we need the comma there, and maybe at the end there, because since this is tuples, they usually like the comma at the end to make them iterable. Refresh, and then we can see the last login there. Great. So now with this setup, you now have a fully customizable and scalable Django user system. You can now log in with the email instead of the username. You can use UUIDs for better security and system design. You can easily add more fields in the future if you want that. And you can manage everything through the Django admin. And this is the recommended professional approach for any modern Django project. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please hit like below, and I will see you in the next video.